Hey, it's fell back. I have been AFK. I've had a really busy week and been really tired. My goal for tonight is to finish the expedition before it expires. I'm still trying to decide what the game of the month is going to be. I might have a look at a couple of options after this. A strong front runner at the moment is Koira, but we will see what we see. So, last time I was here, I was trying to find someone to give me a lift so that I could do the hitchhiking thing. The ramp is just in the same location as my ramp. Let's see if there are any other ships around. Not that I can see. I don't have these turned on. Mine's turned on, but no one else is by the look of it. That are invisible. The ship was here last time I was here. Or similar. It's interesting to see what people have in their ships. So how they built that? They've got big massive wings and landing gear and then build a second layer on top of it. Bits of yes, I'm about to hitch a ride. I just successfully hitch a ride. I'm glad he enjoyed his shepherd's pie. It was a late dinner for us, particularly given daylight savings ends tonight. What do I have to do? Salvage and a derelict freighter. Land on a derelict freighter. Assortment of cakes. So, what have I got left? I've got space wreck and shut down a planet sentinel forces. Was I coming in to sell stuff? Was it where I was landing before? I can't remember. Been so long. I might have been coming down to put those in my storage. So let's actually put those ship pieces in storage before we go off to do the freighter, because I'll want as much free space as I can have. How are you today? Hi, Ignition. I've been finding it a little janky, none the least because the first few sessions I did of it, I was getting a lot of really erratic crashing and stuff, where it was doing let's turn off PvP for now, so that we have a much better chance of let's also sell those. Anything else I want to sell? Yeah, I've just turned it off. I'd been trying to hitch a ride, which is why I had multiplayer turned on. But I have now done that. Where's the design doc got to? Ah, because I'm not where I think I am. I am not where I think I am. Well, as a relative thing, I've been quite unwell recently and was in for a bunch of tests, which I've got some of the test results back, but we're trying to work out where next, what we do from here. But we'll work out where we're going and what we're doing. But I've been a bit unwell, which has meant that I haven't had the energy to do a lot of streaming of late. Alright, that frees up some slots. The hitchhiking? No, I just jumped in someone's ship, but I needed to see their ship in order to do it, so that's what we did. But when I was trying last week to do that, I was not getting anyone taking off on a ship that I could get into. I believe I'm in the Rendezvous 5 system. Let me see what I will not need before I go.
Recharge. Technology recharge.
I saw someone posting about the symbols up there on the signage earlier in the week. So it's end of daylight savings here tonight. Yeah, I know I need cold protection, but I don't really have any other than turning the heaters on. Hey, Mr. Typo. Are you referring to the heater? Or something else that I missed?
Technology recharging.
Like, am I supposed to be able to pick the gloves up?
Units received.
The module I'm carrying eats dioxide. Oh, didn't mean to turn that off. I don't have any dioxide though, that's the problem. Yep, I know, but I don't have any dioxide. So unless I source some, that doesn't necessarily help me.
Units received.
Yeah, I've got batteries, but I've only got a handful of them, so I'm going to kind of let it run down a bit before I use one. I rely pretty heavily on the heaters to top things off.
Units received. Units received.
And I'll leave that heater over there. Let's stand next to the heater for a bit.
Thermal protection falling. Technology recharging.
Yep, I'm heading back to the records terminal.
received.
It usually stairs up and down somewhere. A ladder.
Protection falling. Technology recharge.
Right, this is not the floor plan I normally have. So I need the captain's log. Is there stairs here that I'm just not seeing? A hatch. It looks like an elevator. It really looks like it should be an elevator. Storage unit.
Technology recharge.
Blue means it's a way through. Okay. Oh, I missed a door in here somewhere. I missed a door in here somewhere. That's what I was looking for.
Units received. Units received.
Yep. Making sure I've got everything in here. Before we proceed further, thank you for the helpful tip about the difference between the blue and the magenta.
Technology recharge.
Heading back to put the security pass in if it works. Suitable candidate for what? I do not like these green eggs in here. I do not like them, Sam. Well, we all know engineering is what actually keeps the ships in the air.
Units received. recharge.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
Prepared. Technology recharge.
What happened? Why did I stop all of a sudden? Why not have fuel or something? Let's cheat. false. He really didn't like this one. He doesn't like the Corvettes. He doesn't like the way it changes gameplay, but he suffers from FOMO and he won't go back to do it the other way while it exists in the form that it is. So it's kind of a little bit self-sabotage. He doesn't like the way that they let him approach things from the air. Maybe he should go back to using his other ship. Don't know. Just a thought I had. I don't know that my ship's actually that much better. It's just a little thing. It is what it is.
Units received. Units received. Units received. Units
Do
received.
some stuff out of here.
Units received. 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 Units received.
Nice. I've started building one on my primary save.
Units received.
I don't know that it's much more sophisticated than the one that I've got at the moment. I don't buy anything. Oh, so I might buy some dioxide. Not that I think I'm going to need it, but just in case. My chambers are vaguely tempting. Alright, so let's go hand those in. So, I need that to do my last big bits and bobs. I've used that, haven't I? I think it's I think you can, but it's a question of it's like unlocking the upgrades to do so. Alright.
Alert. Navigational data received.
Let's go finish this thing off. People do use them as basically flying bases. It was okay. I got a little frustrated with some of the bugs early on, so I had a reoccurring bug where I couldn't get back into the pilot seat quite a lot. That was super frustrating. And where I was getting land, I want to just be far enough. Now let's direct back down again to where I want to be. I want to be high enough up
Weather update. Storm clearing.
Storm clearing will help. Or was I too far up and that was the problem? I did like that name, Fishing with the Boys. Alright. How can I not go into the air? I don't want to land, I just want to get out of the seat. Let's go down the land there then. Will it let me? That's what I wanted. Yes, you're right. I did need to use X. I had forgotten. But this will do the job just fine. Where's my sentinels? I'd never find my way back here. It's not on my primary save, so odds of me finding my way back are really low. I'll find another planet with rain at some point. And welcome, Joe. Someone's built a base right next to it. Oh, shutting down. It does like to play that hero music when you finish the expedition, doesn't it? I understand that, but when I tried this when I first started the expedition, which was 3 weeks ago, there were a lot of bugs. And I didn't want to lock myself behind something that was totally broken. There's no shit going that way. There were quite a few people who were finding themselves locked out of things, so I started it on my secondary save. It's not impossible I'll repeat it on my primary save, but it's also not highly likely. I had an existing save that I'd used for expeditions previously. So it's kind of my expedition save. I've done a few of the expeditions on my main save, and if they do what they did last year and cycle through all of them over the holiday period, I'll probably do them on my main, because now they're pretty well understood. But I haven't run into a lot of Corvettes planets, I don't think. Corvettes is probably the one that I had the least words from. Because I can transfer quite a few of the rewards across. So having the expeditions on their own save is a little less scary if things go wrong. I can try shoving a base up there if it'll let me, if I'm not too close to somewhere else. Given all the sentinels rocking around. Let's see if it'll let me. I suspect I'll be too close to other people. let's get up into the air. What's the temperature? You know. Message retracted. As in, even though it's on an alternate save, it can still corrupt your entire save file? Is that what you mean? Right. I think he means back up your save files, because all the save files are in the same container. If I'm understanding that correctly. The rule for backups for disaster recovery is 3-2-1. You must have 3 backups on 2 different media with at least 1 off-site. And I've been doing a bunch of disaster recovery and business continuity planning in cloud environments recently, and I would actually say that you need to reverse that now. And if you've got 2 in the cloud, you need to have 1 local. So that you are not at risk of your cloud providers eating your backups, because that happens too. So I have certain folders on my local drive configured to automatically back up to cloud on a semi-regular basis on the Windows box. On my primary computer, which is a Mac. So the Windows box is my gaming box, my primary machine is the Mac. I have both the Time Machine backup and iCloud backup running on that. So I have the primary internal drive, a local backup and a cloud backup running on that. And I do a lot of document generation and stuff that are on either Google Drives or iCloud backups. I'm a little paranoid about it. So for the Windows box, I'm using what am I using? I'm not using the Windows default OneDrive thing because I don't trust Microsoft. I'm using Dropbox for the Windows one at the moment because it's third party. I've been trying to find a good solution for using my Google Drive for backing up the files as well that doesn't put a whole bunch of bonus cruft in it, because that lets me transfer it between the Mac and the Windows box more easily. But things like all my screenshots and all that sort of stuff automatically get copied to a Google Drive. Because one of the things I do is I write for a gaming news site in the US, so I do a lot of screen captures on the gaming box and then write the articles on the Mac and do all my image cleanup. So I want to move some stuff across, don't I? How do I do that? I do that here, don't I, when I end the expedition? What are the optional milestones to complete that I haven't completed? Oh, that one. Okay, inspect the station core. Alright, we can do that. No, it was saying there was an optional one I hadn't done yet. So let's go to the optional one. Space station. Yeah, I did that. Did that at the start of this session. I spent a bunch of time trying to do it at the end of the previous session unsuccessfully, but I did it by accident at the start of this session, so... And if that persists in my primary save. So all the quicksilver I've got on this character automatically gets carried forward. That's correct? Give a treat an iron battery. Come on, buddy. Let's go get back to the space anomaly so that I can hand in. So when I hand in, I'll be able to select what I transport back, or should I just sell everything before I go? What can I sell? No, I'll probably use this save again in the future. But the stuff that was in my bags on the main save will still be there, so I might as well save sell stuff, because this save will cease to exist. And I'll get the units that way.
Units received. Units received. Units received. Units received. Units received. Units received.
Come on, puppy. Let's go. Handle this in. My understanding is the Corvettes were basically a proof of concept for something that they're building for Light No Fires, which half of the tech in the last couple of expeditions have been that. They've been prototypes of stuff that they want for Light No Fires. So some of the graphics updates and the things like the water technology and all that sort of stuff have been for that. And it's a more effective way for them to test it than having it all like just test servers. They could throw a lot of people at it, which is the way that lots of things get tested. Alright, so if I end Expedition, it'll let me choose stuff to take across, I believe. Use the terminus. So, where is the terminus? This one. Before I hit the button, if I hit End Expedition, will it then let me select stuff to transfer back, or do I need to do something else first? Wait. That's what I'm wondering. Where do I transfer it back? Ah, okay. Any technology I want to bring back. Those modules. Do I really care about any of them? Could sell them all. What have I got in the Corvette part storage? Oh, I'm on the wrong location. I've decided I don't care enough. I don't think I've got anything there. So one of the things I got on this expedition that surprised me, and I'm assuming it'll get carried over, was I caught the child of Aquarius and unlocked the jellyfish helm. I assume that stays unlocked. Thanks for dropping by, Ignition. All software has bugs in it. I work with people in production environments. They all have bugs. Big or small. Hello, jellyfish. What can I buy with my stuff? My Quicksilver.
Collectible received. Collectible received. Collectible received. Collectible received. Collectible received. Collectible received. Collectible received.
Needs a lot of upgrades.
Collectible received. 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 Collectible received.
The dude from Ice Age. So many plants. That was kind of funky. Could afford it, it'd be the only thing I'd get though. Yeah, I only turned multiplayer on to try and get a lift. There's sultans of tea. Hassan will never forget you. Oh dear, that's a terrible pun. Where is this one on? I should know what that is and I don't know. Hey, Biscuit. I'm just scrolling through what I can buy with my measly 3,500 quicksilver. Stealth Starship Trail. I can have rainbows. I don't mind Tethys. The chameleon look. So much currency. So I assume Quicksilver is account-wide until I spend it. That doesn't amuse me. At some point I want to get all the plants. So I just start buying them now to start unlocking them. I wouldn't be surprised if there's not another patch this week. We've had one most weeks. I don't remember getting seagulls. That's looking more like the one I was using. It's not pretty, but it does its job. Alright, so I'm going to jump back to my primary save and go check out what's going on with my settlement, because I've been there for a little bit. I can't remember what I was doing. Tylenol. So I find the whole painkiller conversation really annoying and uninformed and frustrating on many levels. Stupid. It annoys me, if only because I'm really limited in what painkillers I can take. Due to having a history of okay, that should have been producing the whole time I was off. Due to a history of issues with medication-triggered liver issues and gastric ulcers, I can't have aspirin or ibuprofen, and I can't have paracetamol, or at least very minimal paracetamol, and codeine and various opiates are nigh on impossible to get over the counter here. You need a prescription, and your general practitioner can only give very small prescriptions irregularly. The intent over here is that if you're going to be taking codeine on a regular basis, you're supposed to be seeing a specialist who deals with pain management to ensure that you're not an addict. So that's all well and good, but it does mean that there are very few things that I can actually get that I can take. So why is it not? Yeah, it's not legal here. So there's that. It's a frustrating situation all round. I don't exactly do meditation, but I've gotten quite good at deep breathing and being calm, because you often don't have many alternatives. Have a cup of tea. Hi baby, what you doing? What you up to, little girl? You coming to check things out? Don't know if Keith's still around to say hello. What's up, little girl? I have a wet nose on my hand. I don't know that I love this at the moment. Yeah, I know that opiates aren't ideal, and I need to repair a ship. I need 2 hands, little girl, please. Keith says hello. Which is the one that needs repair? That one looks okay. They're normally only yellow if they need repairs, I thought. Or is that they're red when they need repairs? I need 2 hands. I haven't played this recently enough and I've forgotten what to do. Echo. Yeah, I already have anxiety. I don't need more of that. And I live with someone who suffers from severe anxiety, so I really don't need more of that. Tree. Probably the main issue I've got is honestly, because of an autoimmune condition, I have severe problems with joint pain and fatigue that would be nice to get under control to a degree. That's my hand, little one. Alright, they're all gone. Let's go check out. I love the cuddles. I would like cuddles in a way that doesn't involve jumping on the keyboard or spilling my hand, please. Let's go check the settlement out. Where's my settlement? Then we'll go see if anything's producing nanite stuff. Yeah, a cup of tea is my most reliable option, or a cup of coffee if I want the caffeine. Oh. Let's let them have their stuff, make them happy. They're not really hurting for money at the moment. What was I building last time I was here? I knew what I was building and whether it'll tell me it's ready to unlock. I may have to wander around and find it. Hello. Hello. I seem to have gotten my Minotaur back. I knew what I was building. Yes, we just have to go one to one and see what we find. Okay. I'm currently getting headbutted by a kitten on the underside of my chin, which is a little distracting. It's just the one with the barricades up there that already upgraded that. Fully soundproofed. You could live there. Very flash. Tis a magnificent housing drop indeed. Oh. That's what grade? That is an S. Alright. That's an S. I think I've done all the B's, so we're now moving through all the A's. I think that's an S as well. Yep. Oh, I've got cutters, have I? Must be something that will increase productivity. Or dirt. Oh, I surely had dirt. On my freighter somewhere. Kind of. So, caffeine is one of the few things I need. I need 64. One of the few things that can cross the blood-brain barrier easily. Which is why they use it for a lot of like migraine medications to assist in rapid uptake. And it does sort of poison you a little bit, which is why you feel a bit not exactly hungover, but you get withdrawal. But like many other things, I like perfume bottles. Not enough. How many do I need? 99. I don't have enough. Alright. That was the one that needed the dirt. I need de-scented perfume bottles. Would you stop wriggling? One ammo chamber. So, a little over a year ago, I was diagnosed with ADHD, which amused me at my age. And we're slowly building up the medication. But it probably explains why I used to drink insane amounts of coffee. And eat stupid amounts of chocolate. I'm happy on settlement, so... Alright, let's go put some stuff in. Everyone reacts differently, but it is one of those medication. Caffeine is one of those drugs that does affect the brain directly. As opposed to something like a number of different painkillers that work by constricting vasoconstrictors, which raise or lower blood pressure, which reduces headaches. Yeah. I wish not so much. Anything that causes you to build a house there. Yes, I need to build a house there. Are the fingers back or are they gone? Last time I came here they hadn't respawned. An addiction is a problem when it interferes with your life, which is not to say things can't be addictive and you be okay with them. Yeah, this base has kind of lost its value. Used to have a whole bunch of those spore orbs here, and then the most recent build got rid of them all. All about the expanding it. Alright, I have to dismantle this at some point because it's not really doing its job anymore. One time I came in and it had uranium fingers there, which was kind of nice. What's few these days? Yep. Those beans. I'm not at all helped by having too many friends who were pharmacists when I was at university. As in, were literally studying pharmacy. And others that were, I had a group of friends that were pharmacists, microbiologists, neurologists, and immunologists, and I used to get lectured on a fairly regular basis on how all those interactions work. And things like how hangovers work. This planet's gotten kind of interesting in some of the patching. So I think I started saying earlier I have an autoimmune condition. So when I was younger, I was a gymnast and exercised heavily. 4 days a week would be a light week. These days, not so much. These days, walking from one end of the house to the other is a good day. We're trying to work out what the current thing that's causing all the spikes is. I just build a box so that I can create a base. Yep. I think I had a mission to create a base here at one point. I literally built a box. I mean, I don't think I've got a portal here to get out again, so I'll have to take off and see where I end up. Life can be interesting sometimes. What's that? That one. Let's see if I can find that station. Couldn't find it last time I was in the area. I spent a bunch of time flying around looking for it. So I have Hashimoto's. That bit's confirmed. And had thyroid cancer diagnosed about 13 odd years ago. So I don't have a thyroid anymore. And so I get a lot of swelling in the joints that make them quite unstable, and the best way to describe it is on a bad day, if you think of it as like your joints are encased in porcelain, they feel really brittle, and it's like you're in a crab shell or something when you try and bend them. And if you tap them on anything, you get sort of shooting pain through the joints. That's a bad day. Good days, not terrible, but I run out of energy very quickly because I rely on synthetic medications to replace my metabolism systems. So I run out of puff very, very quickly, and I have to pace myself on what I do. And it just is what it is. We know that I have some other connective tissue disorder that we're still trying to pin down which it is. There's been a few various candidates that we've tested for. We haven't as yet identified it. The problem with a lot of autoimmune conditions is they have overlapping symptoms, and you have to sort of diagnose by elimination as much as anything else. It's not something that in a lot of cases there's a really clear do this test and excellent, we're sorted. I wish it was that easy, but it ain't. I do a ton of blood tests all over the place. One of the other issues is the medication I have to take to replace the function of the thyroid that I no longer have reduces my bone density. So I'm also, in addition to having wobbly joints, prone to injuring myself if I fall and things like that. So I just have to be really careful about what I do. So it's, it's all fun and games. And I've been having fun lately with loss of sensation in the extremities periodically. So like my hands and feet get really numb a lot of the time, which affects things like grip strength and how stable you are when you're walking and that sort of stuff. So it is literally just be careful. Depends on the day. I'm not currently using any walk assistant. But I've, in the last 18 months, had to accept that stairs are not safe for me. That was really difficult. If I do need to take stairs, I need to take them very, very slowly. I need to have a rail. I basically need to sort of take one step at a time, both feet down to the next step type thing. And it just is what it is. And you kind of accept that. But usually, yeah. I have bad days where it's more of a challenge. But yes, I can usually walk from the kitchen to the TV room and back, or the kitchen to the bedroom. But sometimes I'm hanging onto the walls if the vertigo goes really bad. We're doing some work on the bathroom and the other rooms around the house here at the moment, and part of it is making sure that I put in grip rails around things. It kind of fluctuates and goes in waves. So walking around the house on level, because we have a single-story house, so walking around the house on a level 4, I'm probably good sort of 6 days out of 7. I've had to give up stairs entirely. But I had earlier this month, this month, we just clocked over into the new month. September, I had a couple of weeks where getting from the car to the supermarket, I would get to the supermarket and I'd be just like, I don't know if I can walk around the supermarket to do the shopping. I feel like I need to go back to the car and sit down now because that's too far. And sort of get dizzy spells and stuff. So I went to the pool with some friends the other night to go to the hydro pool, and was definitely having to hang on to things to get to, like, even though there's steps and a ramp in and out of the hydro pool, I was like hanging on to things, desperately clawing at things on the way in and out, and sort of a bit wobbly moving around the pool deck, which was not fun. But as I said, it happens in waves. So like I had a couple of weeks back where I probably was having bad days 5 days out of 7, and then it's kind of leveled off again in the last week. It's a really hard thing to answer just because I can't tell if it's getting progressively worse or better at the minute, which is the stressful bit. It's the not knowing if it's kind of as good as it's going to get at the minute, or whether it's going to continue to decline. One of the potential candidates on the table is Parkinson's. Another one is lupus, both of which are progressive. I don't really have cures per se, but I have management. So we're just kind of muddling along, trying to eliminate stuff as we can.
Units received. Units received. Units received. Units received.
Yeah, I try to have a routine, but so one of the things you have a tendency to get is I remember the name of it. So if you overexert yourself, so like I used to do deep water aqua aerobics because I could do resistance work in warm water and get a good aerobic workout, and it's reduced chance of injury. And I used to do that 3 or 4 times a week. And I got to the point that I couldn't do the deep water anymore, which was really annoying me. And then I started dialing back, and the last time I went, I did one of the old ladies sort of up to your waist classes, and it took me 2 weeks to recover from doing one class, not pushing myself terribly hard. So it is really a pace yourself, try not to overexert yourself, because it's really easy to overdo it and then you pay for it. And it's not sort of like, yesterday was leg day, I'm a bit sore today. Yeah, so I try and do water exercise more often than not because the buoyancy helps and you're sort of not going to fall when you're in the water. And I have a lot of experience exercising in water. I grew up near the beach. So I understand the mechanics of it quite well, or how to increase or decrease how hard I'm working in order to get a decent workout but not injure myself. But it's tiring and frustrating on occasions. One of those was activated. Is it not frozen? I'd probably say the hands are worse than the legs more often than not, and I get them sort of like through the shoulders a fair bit, and I sort of lose sensation in the hands a fair bit. I definitely have had continued issues with lung capacity. Like I went in for some tests a couple of years back where they were going, at your age you should have much better lung capacity than you do. And it's like, we did find earlier this year, so I've had this channel for a while, but I didn't stream much last year at all because I kept losing my voice. Which funnily enough can be a symptom of Parkinson's, but it can also be a symptom of of Hashimoto's. And over Christmas I was having problems with lots of ulcers in my mouth, which we eventually pinned down, we think, to probably the asthma medication I was using. And we've changed the asthma medication I'm on. I don't sit straight enough, and I know I don't sit straight enough. The tighter I get, the more I slouch. And I've spent the last 18 months working with a voice therapist to work on all of that, who mostly works with performers. And I have a whole bunch of post-it notes on my monitors of vocal exercises I have to do. But we found, bizarrely, we changed the asthma medication I was using, and I stopped having to strain to speak. I still don't project terribly well, but I was really straining to actually make sounds. Had been for a few years now. There are a few possible things that could be contributing to it. It's all many things all on top of each other. I also have a moderate scoliosis of the lower spine, so my abdominal muscles usually have to do more work than is ideal, and the tighter I get, the tighter they get, the more I slump, because the spine isn't doing all it's supposed to do. It's all boring. Oh, hang on. That base does have a teleport. I'm going to click to back this. That base does have a teleport. It's up high in the tower. Yeah. A whole bunch of not fun stuff. But, you deal with what's in front of you. And my partner has general anxiety disorder, which adds to the fun and games. So let me have a look at what he had over there. So someone built this and left it up here. What's he got in that container? There's his trophies of it. There's a ball. Okay. What else has he put up here? What on earth has he done? It's a happy fun ball. Do not taunt happy fun ball. Yeah. Yeah. So the initial understanding of Hashimoto's is that it's an autoimmune condition where the body attacks the thyroid, which is not ideal. And even when you don't have a thyroid anymore, it kind of still is trying to attack those systems, and there are other secondary systems that it can sort of do splash damage to, for want of a better description. Yeah, I really struggle with my arms over my head. It's never a good time. It takes me a very long time to braid my hair because that shit breaks. But the other issue is how many tools do I have? Oh, the storage containers. Okay. They're now sort of saying they think that Hashimoto's is more of a neurological disorder, and like some of the recent studies have been suggesting other sort of aspects to it. So things like where I'm showing as having a connective tissue disorder, which theoretically should not be Hashimoto's. There's now some belief that maybe it does in its own way create connective tissue issues in the way that it attacks the system. There's so little research into autoimmune conditions. It's really hard to have any predictable path or outcome to how they're going to behave, and so many of them have overlapping and amorphous symptoms that just confuses things even further. Very annoying, very frustrating. What plans do I have? I should get rid of a whole bunch of stuff in storage. Let's get out of the refiner room. I've got some clear space while I'm thinking about what I'm putting where. But I work with a dietitian and I see a sports medicine physio type person monthly, work on mobility and all that sort of fun stuff to try and keep it all under control. And it's more just about pacing myself than anything else these days. Not great, to be honest, because I should get up and move a bit more often. But 3-hour gaming sessions are probably not ideal. It's not so much the sitting as the not moving in between times. And definitely when I stand up, my hips are going to hurt and my knees are going to hurt. Because I haven't been moving them, so they're not going to want to play when I stand up. I have a good quality chair that has good lumbar support, and I'm not very tall, and I have footrests so that my feet are on pseudo ground so that I'm not compressing the sciatic nerve on the back of the leg, and all that sort of fun stuff. But yes, I should get up and move more often, and I do have timers that I run on weekdays to tell me to get up and move every hour when I'm working. Yeah. The reason that Parkinson's is on the table is one of my aunts recently got diagnosed with Parkinson's. And she also has Hashimoto's, and apparently, so I'm told, the risk factor increases with the Hashimoto's. So that was a yay type of moment when I found that out. So it's one more thing that my GP and I have to monitor. She's involved with one of the local universities as one of the medical practices they go to for teaching, and she loves to wheel me out when she's got students in to run through how they diagnose what we've captured thus far as a lesson. Feels a bit like a performing animal on occasion. But if it helps them learn about it so other people get diagnosed faster. Because one of the problems with a lot of autoimmune conditions is how long it takes to get diagnosed.
Product received.
Yeah, Parkinson's isn't hereditary, but the Hashis gives it a increased risk. So it's more just one of the potentials we're monitoring. We're still trying to pin down. My TSH levels are absolutely through the roof at the moment for no adequately explained reason, and we've been trying to pin it down for about 18 months now as to why it's been steadily increasing when other things haven't changed. You're squishing bugs, little man. Oh, I'm okay with that. What you doing? Up there. Over. I have a feeling that one hasn't gathered yet. that? Okay, I won't tell him the mission. Because he asked so nicely. I was going to sell that. Little girl.
Contact received.
Did you settle?
Units received.
His head is only beginning. Ah. Would you stop headbutting me, little girl? That's nowhere near the 99 that I need. Or 64, whatever it is. Decentered bottles. So I need to go to some other systems. And buy stuff. So I need decentered bottles and I need dirt. Oh. Yeah. So, funnily enough, my Hashimoto's was diagnosed initially because of an uptick in migraines, and I had an atypical migraine, but I hadn't had that particular symptom previously, because I have a tendency to get auras quite a bit with migraine, but for a change I had tessellated vision in both eyes for about the left 30% of my visual field, which lasted about, I don't know, half an hour, 40 minutes. And it was like, yeah. So I'd gone to the doctors to get a medical certificate for the day, and just mentioned in passing, and the next thing I know I was being shuffled off to have CT scans done in case there was something happening with the brain that was unexpected. And you do know that I've got a pituitary tumour that we've been monitoring, but it doesn't seem to be doing anything at the minute other than existing. Most pituitary tumours are benign, but the concern is the location, and if it gets busy, that's where it becomes a problem. Looks very blue out there. But the same aunt that had Hashis and was Parkinson's, she and I both have a tendency to randomly grow things in our body at various locations. So I've had multiple tumours, only one of which is to date been malignant, which is nice. Well, it was fairly very much malignant. Who am I getting here? Who's this one? Why is that? Thank you. Just picking up things I haven't scanned before.
Received.
That's on the other side of the ridge.
Received.
You're a strange aardvarky type thing.
Received. Received. Received.
We have cacti.
Received.
Oh, unknown grave. Let's go to that. Might get some coordinates there. I still need all the glyphs. Echo is now asleep on my lap with her head tucked under the desk. Am I going to get sentinels come swarm me? Animals came out when the sun came up. Calling my stream isn't that blind, huh? It's a floating tree. I'm just kind of chill. I don't really know if my stream is boring or not. It quite very well is most likely will be for lots of people. Because it's not all exciting combat or interesting builds, it's just me roaming around, getting lost and doing dumb stuff. And I am at peace with this. Keyword comments. What have we got up here? What? You're grabbing my little hand. Let's clean your eyes. You've got muck in your eyes again. Yeah. You're doing the whole on your back with your belly exposed. It's a trap, isn't it? Yeah. It's a trap. Little does the little girl know that tomorrow I absolutely have to trim their claws because they have to get to the point where they're going to be getting snagged off the front. And she will be kind of chill about the claw trimming once I capture, because she'll know that I will be approaching with intent. Her brother, he will be anything but chill about the idea of doing this claws trimming. And it will be an uphill battle. And I am likely to end up with wounds. What? You're grabbing my hand? What do you want my hand for? Birds in the sky, should we close? Knowledge science before we take off. have to get words. What? I'm gonna catch your attention. I noticed she'd done so she woke up. So I talked to her. Here's the way, isn't it? You'd settled and you'd stopped grabbing at me, and then I noticed. Off we go for a wander now. Time to go somewhere else. And after all those questions about my back, we are definitely it's starting to do its thing. There was another large stone around here somewhere. Maybe there, is it? That one, I've done that one. If I've done that one, I've done that one. I haven't done that one over there. Go to that one. There's one up on the ridge here. It's really disconcerting when those big ships are so low to the ground. Good one. Anyone who's watched my stream on a regular basis could tell you that flying safe is not something I do. I kind of bounce off stuff all the time. So I'm hoping to have alpha access shortly for midnight. And I'm trying to decide if I want to stream it or not. Probably this coming week or the week after I'll have it. Though I'm away next weekend because I'm at PAX next weekend. But the weekend after I might do a bit of alpha if I've got it set up. I do need to pick what my gun of the month is going to be as well. It might be a short one this month. I have other stuff I have to do. So what was the mission with the... Speak to a bikini photographer. What do I need to do? Alright. An ancient ruin. I probably have bikini artifacts in my freighter, but we'll go do this nonetheless. It's 21, so given we swapped to daylight savings overnight, it's actually 20 to 2. So we won't do much more of this, but I will get distracted by some digital squirrels and go do this thing. Not in that direction. Let's get away from the planet, from the station a little bit. That's Bryn finishing up for the evening.
Still on the expedition?
No, I finished the expedition.
So you started a new stream, what expedition?
No, I've just continued to roll on a little bit further, and I'm going to finish this mission.
So you're still in the expedition save?
Yeah. No, I'm back on my main save, but I haven't started a new stream.
So you're doing it on the
Yep.
Yeah.
Keith says hi.
That makes me this is on.
Hey,
Keith, you just said goodbye. You lied to me. He said goodbye. Such a good stream.
I'm glad.
I did Serpentine Cabin, then Escape from Dirt Hole, then Black Morass, then Carry.
And how'd you go with the chess?
No problem.
I can't see a thing because it is so much falling rain.
But I explored all of the little nooks and crannies of Karazhan. Went everywhere. So good.
Ah. Probably going to summon my ship down. That's curious. Made of a keen artifact. So, among my friends, it is a bit of a joke that I have been known to make lemon potatoes that are very lemony. There's a curious object floating there in the sky. Storm clearing. Oh, I'm gonna need to calm my shit down because I'm not going to jump up there to get it. Lemon potatoes are a quite common side for Greek food. And they're generally you roast the potatoes in a bath of lemon juice, chicken stock and oregano. So they come out quite tart and soft. And they'll have a little bit of, they don't usually have much of a crisp to them. You do bake them, but they tend not to be crispy so much. It's almost like they've been not exactly poached, but you cook them with the sort of stock and lemon mix coming up to sort of like a third of the way up the depth of the baking tray for the potato height. And lots of garlic, all the garlic. And they're really good with like roast lamb. need to learn more the King language, obviously. Corvette Expedition. Let's go back to my settlement, see what's going on there, and then back to my ship. And then the next session I do of this, I will continue on with this quest chain. It is very late, and I do need to shift my body clock to the board. And my back is starting to tell me it's time to go the puzzle. Not what I meant to do. 2 hours to clear with it, that's fine. I don't know. How did I kick off upgrading the thing? I can't remember which thing I was upgrading, so. One amino pod. Nope, I want to go this way. So, did I waste all those materials I put in the processors and refiners? Nope. I found sometimes the refiners don't like it when I port away to other systems. Hello baby, what you doing? Yeah. What's up? So I've got enough to do that upgrade, but I still need enough for that one. That needed 64, but I think I need it more than once. What you doing? Why are you perched there? You know I don't like it when you sit. Of course they're all different. Couldn't possibly have two of the same. I really wish the inventory system would minimize stacks across multiple storage locations. But I think that is it for the evening. Thanks for those who dropped by. I think that's me done for the night. I'm going to keep pushing through these on the next couple of streams, and I will be jumping back to my regular stream title when I do. What have I got going on? I don't know how tomorrow night's going to go, but depending on how tomorrow night goes, I might play a bit more of this, or I might try and finish the Cloud Catland thing from last month before I start a new one for the month. The current candidates for the game of the month that I'm looking at are Koira, which is a puzzle game. Little Kitty Big City, cat-based, a bit similar to Stray, but with less cyberpunk and more cute urban. Viewfinder looked kind of interesting as a puzzle, and Jazz Punk looked kind of odd and bizarre. That might be interesting to play, and it was a indie game from, let me look, 2014, so it's an older one. It's a Cold War espionage puzzle game. It's supposedly a bit surreal. So, I don't know, might be fun. A little bit different genre than some of the stuff I've played of late. And I do try and drop in things that are a little bit different for the game of the month. So we'll see what happens. But thanks everyone who dropped by, and hope everyone has a fabulous day, whatever they're doing, wherever they are around the world. And if you want to hang out again, make sure you subscribe or like so you can find me again. Thank you. Odd and bizarre is very much my modus operandi.